Hello again, everybody, and a warm aloha from Miami. It's Bob Burke, president of eGroup Communications, creators and producers of the XChange Mice business conferences on the ocean, the river, the land, and today, another very special virtual exchange webinar episode number 28. I wish to take this opportunity to welcome everybody to listen, learn, and ask any questions you may have for today's very special guest hosts, marketing specialist Beth Stewart, and hospitality industry icon Brett Hatch, who many of us already know so well. Maui Jim and the XChange have had a very special relationship since the first XChange Mice Business Conference nearly 11 years ago. And while video conferencing is a wonderful thing, it's no substitute for face-to-face meetings. Today, we would like to talk about what's coming up. Where am I? All right. We can meet face-to-face. We can meet Maui Jim and each other during the first major MICE global event of 2020, the XChange in Montego Bay, September 30th to October 4th. And if we can't meet in Jamaica, meet Maui Jim and fellow industry leaders on face-to-face aboard the acclaimed Crystal Cruises Serenity during the #1 ROI event of the industry, the Ocean Exchange, hosted by our meeting conferences. Sailing out of Miami, December 9th through the 16th, to San Juan, Puerto Rico, with ports of call in Turks and Caicos, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Bart's, Tortola, the British Virgin Islands, before sailing into San Juan. We have some great partners: cruise lines, hotels and resorts, destinations, DMCs, Maui Jim, and especially you, the professional planners who tune in with us each week, all anxious to be part of upcoming 2020 face-to-face MICE business conferences. In today's virtual exchange episode, we welcome Maui Jim. So let's get started. Just a reminder to please tune in to the chat room during the exchange and ask any questions you may have to Natalie, our executive marketing director, who will pass them on to Beth and Brett at the end of their presentation. And now the show must go on. A very warm welcome to our special guest hosts, Brett Hatch and Beth Stewart.
Hey, aloha, everybody. First of all, we want to thank Bob and Natalie and their team for having us today. I don't know if you know this, but we've been with Bob since his first Ocean Exchange over 10 years ago, and it's just been such a great networking event, and we're excited to be part of the virtual exchange. And then we're also going to, like Bob said, be part of the land exchange coming up in Jamaica. You know, fingers crossed that it doesn't get canceled, but sign up. There's a shout out for Bob and his team. Get signed up for that. And like I said, we're excited to be there. And then we also, with these unusual times, we just hope everybody's safe and healthy. So, hey, before we get started talking about kind of Maui Jim and some of our solutions today, we always like to kind of start our meetings off with a big aloha. So I don't know if you can see me or not, but I'm going to, at the count of 3, I'm going to say aloha. And if everybody, I guess you can say aloha in the chat room if you want. So 1, 2, 3, aloha. I don't know, Beth, how was it? I see a bunch of aloha over here. So
the two of us were awesome.
Yeah. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about Maui Jim. I'm going to start off here with, here's a little photo of Beth and I. And there's Beth. She's our marketing manager. And we'll move on here. We're going to have a question today. So you guys can, as soon as I get done with the question here, you can kind of start putting some answers in the chat box. And I think Natalie and Beth are going to kind of pick the winner. So how many events did Maui Jim Corporate Gifts execute in 2019? So like I said, put your guess in the chat bar. I know we're going to see some numbers over there. And at the end of the presentation, we'll announce a winner. So sorry, I can't give any clues. One of the other things we like to do is kind of start off with maybe a little video here. And this is a video kind of about our brand. So if Natalie, if you can kind of tee this up. Here's a brand video. Thank you, Natalie. That we got lucky. Our first. Hey, by the way, some great guesses on the amount of events we do. And Tina Weed, thank you very much. Tina said we do over 6,000. I would have been retired 5 years ago if we were doing 6,000 events a year. So, hey, a little history on Maui Jim. Maui Jim did start in 1986. It was a one-man show on the island of Maui at Kanapali. Just selling sunglasses right there at the beach, Kanapali at the Hyatt and the Sheraton. So if you ever wondered where we started, and in 1994, our current CEO kind of moved some of the global distribution headquarters to Peoria, Illinois. Actually, Beth and I are based in Peoria, and we can all the global distribution comes from here. And RLI was actually a contact lens insurance company. Back in the day, there was contact lenses and you needed insurance. So RLI means replacement lens insurance. So logistically, it was just good to have everything here. And in 2000, we started the corporate gifts division. And I don't know if you can do the math, but we've been doing corporate gifts for 20 years now. So we're celebrating 20 years. Later this year, you're going to be seeing some promotions for some of our loyal customers and our current customers and even new customers, you know, kind of promoting that. Today, Maui Jim is the #1 selling premium polarized sunglass brand in the world. We have over 172 styles with 574 SKUs. And this is kind of something you probably didn't know, but all of our glasses are made in Japan and Italy. And we actually have distribution centers, 16 distribution centers all over the world. We don't talk about this a lot, but we just want to let you know that Maui Jim does give back. And probably one of the biggest areas we give back in the corporate segment is to the Lions Club. We give over $7 million a year to the Lions Club's Recycle for Sight program. And for every 3 sunglasses purchased or distributed through corporate gifts, we donate 1 pair of sunglasses toward that, besides what our company donates. And as you can see, we have a lot of other give backs both in Maui and Peoria, and even our RX prescription lab that supports in Germany and in Peoria. They have a lot of initiatives to, sustainability. Nothing leaves our lab that would actually go into a landfill. And any fluids or any petroleum is all reused. So we're excited about that as a company. People always ask us, why do people wear sunglasses or what are the demographics? Well, this is really interesting. I'm going to pick on Bob Burke and myself, but we're both baby boomers. The #1 reason we wear sunglasses because we want protection from the sun. We don't want to hurt our eyes or have any diseases develop. And the Generation Xers use it for function because if they're playing sports or if they're driving, and this is really kind of interesting, but the millennials use it for fashion. So they like the fashion in the sunglasses. And I also believe millennials use our sunglasses because we're so authentic, especially in these kind of times. What are the top 5 reasons to wear sunglasses? The obvious one would be UV protection. People want to protect their eyes from UV, which causes a lot of issues and damage. And this is kind of interesting, skin cancer. 5 to 10% of all skin cancer occurs around the eyes. And then just for general eye comfort, people wear sunglasses. imagine driving all day long or being on the beach all day. I don't know if you've ever noticed your eyes aren't as red and they're just more relaxed at the end of the day when you wear a good polarized sunglass. And something that I'm really, keeping an eye on these days is blue light protection. Blue light is protection is first of all, you have to manage blue light. Blue light can actually be good to see color, but you don't want to get too much blue light because this high energy visible, what they call radiation, can cause a lot of burn up your cells and cause what's called macular degeneration. So at Maui Jim, we get a question a lot of times, like, how many styles do you guys, introduce each year? So right here, we're just kind of showing in 2017, we introduced 20 styles, 2018, 39, and then over 50 styles last year. And I think this has been positive in the corporate segment because there's such a variety, like I said, from the millennial to the baby boomer, whether it's a wrap or a classic or a cat eye. So I hope everybody on the call here today has noticed, our styling. A couple other product lines that we have, in case you didn't know, but we actually do offer a blue light product, which I'm going to touch on. And then we also have another brand called Zeal, which is very popular in the outdoor world and also in the ski world for ski goggles. So as I mentioned earlier, what are the consequences of blue light? Well, according to Harvard, poor sleep is one of the causes of blue light. 62.3 billion a year it's causing people in the workforce productivity because of the blue light. And I don't want to pick on millennials, but just people looking at their tablets or their phones late at night and not being able to sleep. And then this is not to be a scare factor, but once your cells degenerate from that blue light or die, they never come back. And there's currently 900 million personal devices emitting blue light today, and that number could be even higher today. And what happens when you have too much blue light? Well, first of all, you get digital eye strain, but it can cause migraines, and I guess 60% of all Americans have reported some type of digital eye strain, especially working from home. We're seeing more and more from what we're hearing. And then 43% of adults require prolonged use on a computer or a tablet, and I think that's even worse now. Like I said, everybody kind of doing these Zoom calls and those types of things. So here's a couple photos of some of our blue light protect product. It's actually what we call a Plano product, but also our prescription, RX product. Our blue light protect is put in, and basically what our blue light does is it protects the most blue light of any brand in the world, just like our sunglasses protect. So we protect your eyes inside and outside. I mentioned Zeal as well. Zeal is a very strong corporate social responsibility. It's a very active outdoor. Their theme is more color, less pollution. And this is just kind of like, we're just showing kind of their website, recreate responsibly. So they're all about giving back and then also active outdoor people, consumers. So now back to the gift experience, which we're well known for. We always like to share what we think are kind of 5 or 6 of the key essentials when doing a gift experience. And as you can see here, I'm going to start out with a true brand experience. Whenever you're working with a gift supplier, make sure you're working with the manufacturer. And the reason we say this is, just because you give out a gift or an experience, what happens after you give out that gift? And I don't want to pick on resellers, but they really don't control the brand from the beginning to the end. So anytime you work with us, and I know Kieran and Inga for sure and Kelly are on the call right now, but when you work with our regional managers, you're working with them. We're the manufacturer. We control everything. It's our website. It's our customer service people. If somebody has a sunglass that breaks, you're calling our warranty department anywhere in the world, and we speak the actual language anywhere in the world. So that's just a high priority from our CEO at Maui Jim. This is probably one of the reasons we've seen a lot of success in the corporate world. Our product is very gender neutral. Currently, about 53% of our consumers or recipients at corporate events are male, and 47% are female. And that female number goes up every single year. So we're very gender neutral, and I think that's why we have a lot of success at events and appealing to everybody. And then this is one that's probably really shifting fast, like I said earlier, with the millennials. So if you look down there at the 18 to 34 range, I'd say that number used to be in the 15 to 20% range, but now 30% of our consumers are down in the 18 to 34% range. And then you can see the rest, which is kind of how corporate America is set up. And by 2025, of almost 60 to 75% of the workforce is going to be a millennial. So again, we've been very lucky that we appeal to that segment. Inventory, again, we believe that you should work with the manufacturer. We're always offering our latest styles, our products fulfilled by us, whether it's through one of our distribution centers, mostly out of Illinois logistically, and just make sure you're always keeping an eye on inventory and back orders. And like I said, we control all that from beginning to end. And that's what I mentioned about shipping. Anytime you're working, you'll see with even a gift card or a choice product, you always want to make sure the distribution can be handled to get it into other countries, whether it's duties or taxes, or just having distribution in those countries. And then this is something that we have been seeing more and more lately. And I just want to make sure I'm not out to talk about competition in a bad way, but make sure that if you're buying a product, that the product is a controlled distribution in the pricing. You don't want to be buying a product. We're seeing more and more products out in the market where maybe you bought it at 20 or 30% less, whether you're a middleman or an end user corporation. And we're seeing websites where they're selling it for 20 or 30% right now. So, obviously that's something that we would never do, and we protect that. Now I want to kind of talk about, so at the end of March, our division was doing really well, and I'm sure you guys were all doing really well. And so we had to pivot to kind of some gift cards or gifting platforms. So I just kind of want to touch on some of the solutions that we've been offering in the marketplace, and we're seeing a lot of success. So this might be new to a lot of you. So we have a couple different digital gifting programs. Our minimum is 10. We can ship anywhere in the world. And believe it or not, our lead time can be as fast as 24 hours because we have some e-cards. You go to our website, it's our retail products from $189 to $479. And the two types of gifting platforms or cards we have one is called the All Access Gift Program. And basically all that means is whatever you pay for that product, you have access to every single product on our website. And that can be from $189 to $479. That includes shipping and everything that you would need for the recipient to receive that gift. And then our Select Choice Gift Program, which I'm going to touch on both these in a second. That one would be more targeted. Maybe you have a lower budget, or possibly you want to target. I know we've had a program where a hospital wanted to give all of their nurses, some sunglasses. So we customized like 18 to 20 glasses for them to choose, and make sure the majority of the styles were female, obviously. So again, with the Choice e-card, this is just a good example. If you're looking on the left there, that's an e-card, which I would have to say has been the most popular. And with this e-card, basically you will just send a number to the recipients, and the recipients can get online, and whether or not, obviously it's male or female, everything runs directly through our website. And like I said, Maui Jim has been an essential company throughout this entire, unusual times. And so we have actually had our distribution set up around the world during these times. So we've been able to ship, if the order's in by 2 o'clock, it actually goes out the same day. And then our website mainly supports domestic, but we can also support a international all access program. If you look to the left there, it just has to be filled out into almost like a Google document, but you still go to Maui Jim and choose your style. And mainly for Canada and Australia and around the world, we also have the program in place. So that's kind of just an example there. And then the same thing with the Select Choice domestic or international program. One of our customers kind of challenged us, and it was actually in Canada. And basically the customer said, hey, we're having a customer event, a Zoom call. We were wondering, could you be part of that event? So he went through his entire meeting, and towards the end of the meeting, he says, hey, we have a surprise for you. And Kelly, I think who's on here today, Kelly jumped on the call at the end after the introduction and did a live group consultation about our website, about the features and benefits of our products, the different lenses. And Natalie, if you want to we're going to kind of show a short video here because this is really cool.
This is awesome. Well, I'll let one of you do the talking and I'll just hop off and watch.
So that was a good example of a live consultation. And it's funny because Kelly, that was actually a videotape from their meeting, and you guys are all guests or telling us how many pair of glasses. So sorry, you're not going to get baseball hats unless Kelly can read our chat group and send you guys all glasses. And then that was kind of really kind of like something that, you know, we had to meet the needs of the marketplace. So then we said, well, what if we didn't do a live consultation? What if we just wanted to kind of do a pre-recorded one right at the end of their actual event? So Natalie, I don't know if you want to show that one next. So that was another example of a semi pre-recorded and then kind of all of a sudden a surprise. So after we saw that, then we were like, hey, you know, maybe we should actually even do a professional video, which by the way, this video lasts 8 to 9 minutes, but we're only going to show kind of the beginning and the end of the video just to give you guys an idea. But this is definitely something that we're going to see, you know, a lion's share of our events where people want to surprise recipients, you know, with like our e-card and offer this, because it's, you'll see Stacy is a trainer of our company that travels globally, and she's been with us for 20 years, and it's just her whole 8 to 9 minutes is great. And unfortunately, we're only going to show like a minute or so here. So go ahead, Natalie. So as you saw, that's really a fun video, and definitely if you have a need, that's something you might want to take a look at. You know, I know we've been talking about you know, gifting platforms and those types of things. Believe it or not, we are still doing live events. It's been very limited. I think we did maybe 2 or 3 this month, And in August, I think we have 3 or 4 planned. Sometimes they're golf events, where there's social distancing. We're set up on a hole. But we actually have 24 events currently on the schedule for September and actually 25 for October. Now, whether or not those are going to come to fruition, I don't know. But I'm just letting you know that people are still trying to do events and, with the appropriate things. So we do have safety standards, but this is a really cool story. We had a company, it was actually out of Georgia, and they're a key player in the diagnosis of COVID-19. And their staff, as you can imagine, has been really busy. And they said, hey, Kelly, actually, kudos Kelly. They reached out to Kelly, and Kelly said, no, we can execute events. So they brought people into a private room with social distancing, and the corporation gifted every single one of their people. And the reason we're showing this is it was actually one of our retail salespeople, and was at the event. Every single person, once they tried on their glasses, they cleaned their glasses after each person picked up a pair of glasses. So we just wanted to show how seriously we took it, and it just proves that you can have an event and a corporation can take care of their team. And then over on the left there, that's just an example of kind of how to sanitize sunglasses and eyeglasses. And probably one of the best ways these days is with hydrogen peroxide and also soap and water. But obviously you want it to be warm water, and you just want to make sure everything's clean. So we also have established, which we can talk about later, our clean commitment, and it's actually documented. So when live events do start coming back, or even the ones that are happening now, we've implemented our protocols. So I know we're gonna have a lot of questions, so we just tried to take like 20 minutes or 25 minutes here, but I don't know if Natalie or Beth or anybody has spotted the person that guessed how many events we did last year, but.
Hey guys. So it looks like the winner is Kristen DiLorenzo. She guessed 1,141, and the answer is 1,128. So she was off by 13.
All right, good job. So we're going to send you a pair of Maui Jims. All you have to do is an event with us for 500 people. No. So or buy 500 gift cards. We'll take either. It doesn't matter these days. So, hey, and by the way, I was looking at the chat room, and thank you guys, everybody, for all the compliments to our sales team. I've seen a lot of Kelly, for Sarah, for everybody on our team. So we really appreciate the trust and the support you guys give us, and especially in like I said, we take this seriously, as you can see. So again, we appreciate that. I don't know. How do you want to, Natalie? You want to open up the any questions?
we got a couple of good questions. Let's see. Let's start with Rue Spouts. She's asking, do the gift cards, all access, ever expire? What if the cost of sunglasses increase over time? Will the card still cover that increased cost?
Yeah, nope. It's good for forever. Gift cards don't ever expire, and I think there's legal reasons for that. So we actually have pricing, like I said, on the all access for what we call a middleman or an intermediary or middleman and users. And all you have to do is reach out to your regional managers, and they can give you all the pricing. So it's very turnkey. And like I said, the majority of the people lately have sent some really nice emails with an e-card, which is very efficient. And like I said, the good news is we already have the infrastructure on our website. And like I said earlier, we were able to pivot. So I think I answered the 2 questions.
Yeah, that's perfect. Let's see. Barb Orvis wants to know, is Maui Jim offering in blue light glasses as gift options? And if so, what is the price range?
Another good question. The blue light on the retail side, Beth, you can jump into if you want. Does it retail right around $225 to $250, depending on the product? As part of retail?
Correct. And then we can get you specific pricing based on your event numbers and size and everything like that. But we are offering that digitally on a digital form as well. So
and I will say, if the person that's asking the question, the pricing is comparable to what we do with our regular, Maui Jim sunglass line as well.
Okay, great. Question from our winner, from Kristen DiLorenzo. She wants to know, for the all access gift card, are you only charged for the cost of the chosen sunglasses?
No, actually, you're just charged one price, and like I said, you can choose anything from $189 up to $479. So if somebody really wants a $400 pair of glasses, and whether or not she's a middleman or an end user, that is the price, and everything's turnkey, and like I said, shipping's included, and there's really no other cost.
Easy, nice.
Unless you wanted to do, I will say, and somebody might have this question, unless you wanted to do something customized on the case or something. Sometimes we've had people where they want to send an actual physical card, and then they might want to have the company's logo or some type of message on the case, and then they put the actual physical, we'll call it choice all access card in the case. That would be the only other cost for the cost of the the physical case and shipping that, obviously.
Okay. All right, next. Shelby Adams wants to know, how does it work if an individual wants to add a prescription to their sunglasses and you gifted the unlimited e-card option?
Beth, I can answer, but Beth, you want to answer? It seems pretty standard.
Yeah, the gift cards, so they can go on and get the glasses that they would like, and then they would take those glasses to their eye doctor, and they would work with them, and the cost would be on the recipient to get that taken care of, but they could run it through insurance. So they'll take those glasses, so you're saving the money on those frames, which a lot of times are the most expensive part. Then your eye doctor will take care of it. You'll send it back to Maui Jim. We'll put the lenses in and ship them right back to you.
Nice. Okay, perfect. Let's see. Shelby Adams is asking, is there a minimum order necessary for the gift card options?
Yeah, the minimum would be 10. We just kind of threw that number out there, especially when there's such small numbers out there. But again, just work with your regional person, Shelby, and we're always looking to kind of work with people depending on what your needs are. But 10 is the current minimum.
Okay, and similar question from Angela Caraway is asking, what is the minimum number of glasses you can offer for an event?
Usually our minimum is 25 domestically, and then we'll say internationally it was 50. So the minimum would be for a live event is 25.
Okay. All right. Denise Graziano would like to know, do you have a feature for virtually trying on styles?
Well, it's funny. We were expecting this question, so that was a great question. Well, you saw what we were doing kind of with the live presentations, whether pre-recorded or whatever. And we actually, and you'll see in those live presentations, we actually take people to our website. So everything kind of goes to our website. I just spoke with our VP of marketing yesterday, and Maui Jim is in the process of implementing an augmented reality type virtual try-on. And according to him, we're about a month or 2 months away from actually implementing that. And he did say we can bring it to the corporate market, and it's going to be a very sophisticated program where you would be able to put either your iPad or even your phone or obviously your computer, and it'll actually look at the shape of your face, and it'll actually, whatever style we've rendered, of our sunglass, it'll actually look at your face, look at the glasses, and tell you which styles will fit your face, and then it'll be technically a virtual try-on. Augmented reality and this virtual try-on is going to be a big deal. And we were actually on a webinar about a month ago, and that same question was asked, and our answer was it'll be ready when the CEO, president, vice president of marketing of Maui Jim say it's ready, because we're going to make sure it's perfected, because we actually really have seen some product out there that hasn't been scientifically done right, and it becomes a very frustrating situation for the recipients. So we're pretty excited about that, but it's actually happening faster than I thought.
Great. That's very cool. Okay, let's see. Corrine is asking, if we let our members choose from a limited selection and we give you their addresses, could you mail out a pair of sunglasses to them? Any limits?
Yeah, I'm going to let Beth answer that because she's really involved with this one.
Yeah, so what we do is we set up a form with that selection, and you just send that URL to all the recipients. They fill out the form with what address they would like the glasses shipped to, whether it's home, whether they're back in the office, whatever they'd like, make their selection, and then we place that order. So we can do that domestically or international, and so we can definitely get you pricing and options for that.
Cool. Okay. Sylvia is asking, what is the lowest price gift card you can offer? And if that is what you offer, can recipient upgrade to another style with their own cash?
Hey, I see the chat room over there. I see Amber, Karen, Inga. You guys, what do you think the lowest price is on the? I just want to make sure I give a good answer because I know it's close down in the lower hundreds.
Well, it should be clarified. The all access card for the planner, you're paying one flat rate. And then that recipient gets to go online and pick any style. It's basically a 100% off card, no matter what the price point is of the individual glasses that they choose. So as the planner, you have that set budget, easy price point. And as the recipient, they think that it's that high perceived value. They can pick whatever they want.
But the question was, what if you did a select gift card?
Oh, select.
Yeah, if you did a select. So what is the lowest price on the select? And I'm not sure what is the lowest that we've offered. It's going to be the majority of it. Just so you know, it's going to be more like sports styles.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what that. And I'm not trying to act like I just wanted Karen or Inga or Lindsay or anybody that's on. Do you guys know exactly what the lowest price that we've offered so far?
Probably close to that 120 range. I'd say
Right.
120 to 130.
Yeah, Karen, depends on quantity and styles.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get a couple more questions in. Let's see, Denise Hunter is asking, when you do the fittings on site for an incentive, do you just do one try-on at a time for social distancing? Cheers.
That's a great question. So under the current kind of, depending on, the situation or the CDC guidelines in each part of the country right now, that actually decides a little bit what we do. So what we're going to do is we're trying to add extra staff, and we're trying to have one person cleaning and one person actually doing the fitting. But yes, we're having one person walk up at a time. So fittings will take a little bit longer, but depending on the needs of, the middleman or the end user corporation, we're going to try to staff it based on what, how fast or how much time they have. So we actually have, a goal of just doing one person at a time, and then having that person leave the area and have the next person walk up under the current circumstances.
Okay, so I believe this answers Mark Bondi's question then. He's asking, do you think you'll ever bring back the event in a box option to run your own experience? I know you brought the minimum number of glasses for a live event down, but in some cases, this method was a good choice.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mark, I hope you're up in Michigan having a good time up there. Can we go to the next question? No, I'm kidding. Actually, it is something that we've talked about, and we've become a little bit more liberal about it. So for everybody on the call right now, we used to do what was called a consignment event, where we would actually send everything to everybody and let you actually execute the event. And I would say, yes, we're more open-minded to that. And I don't know if I think we've done one program right now for somebody. I'm not sure which regional person did it. We're trying to be as liberal as possible until we get this vaccine and get this kind of virus behind all of us. So, Mark, I don't know if I answered your question or not, but if you have something, just reach out to Inga or whoever your regional person is.
Okay. Ruth is asking, for international meetings of 200 plus attendees, are you able to come in person with stock so that people can walk away with their glasses? Are you capable to get through customs?
Yes, yes, and yes. And the reason is, again, we're Maui Jim, and employees of our company are doing our events. So what we would do is we would pool our resources. So depending on where it's at, obviously we could get the product there, whether it's through our distribution center or shipping, because we're experts at duties and taxes. And then as far as the people working the event, it would be people, probably our retail salespeople from that particular country, depending on whether or not flights can go in and out of there. But actually, those people are, believe it or not, are like experts on our brand and executing fittings. So that's kind of the protocol for Maui Jim, whether it's our retail rep, our golf rep. Obviously, our team is going to events as well. So we're very fortunate right now that everyone's still employed and able to attend those events. And that's kind of what Maui Jim's doing right now.
All right, beautiful. I think this is our last question from Marianne Lee. She would like to know if you can clean your sunglasses with sanitizing gel or sanitizing wipes on the lenses. Is it safe?
Wow, that's, I think you can, and I really can't be sure on this, and then anyone else can jump in, but I would say probably no on the lens, but you could use that sanitizer on the temples and the frames. But my understanding is definitely no on the lens, whether it's either soap and water or hydrogen peroxide are really the two best ways to clean the lens. To do not use like a regular 80% alcohol sanitizer type product on the lens.
Okay.
Good question.
All right. I think that was our last question. That was great, you guys. Thank you.
All right, well, we'll make sure we get out the winning gift card, and we appreciate everybody in the industry, and I guess we'll all keep hanging in there. It looks like we're making some progress on a vaccine. So Natalie and Bob, thanks again for having us. And if anybody needs anything, reach out to me, Beth, or your regional person, and hope you guys have a good rest of the week.
Yes,
Bob?
everybody's going to get a copy of this presentation and contact information in a follow-up email too.
Hey, Brett and Beth, that was a great presentation. Fantastic, amazing portfolio you have for everybody. And again, I remind everybody, try to come face to face, and you can see all the testing in person in Jamaica or on the Ocean Exchange. And the thing that we want to tell you about too is we have the site CIS certification in Jamaica and before the ocean. So be sure to tune in, stay tuned, and we'll hear more about it. Again, it was a great presentation, Brett and Beth. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And join us, everybody, on Tuesday with Casual Travel also. Thank you, everybody, so much.
Great. All right. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.